Hello friends, and welcome to the RNG fest of the century. This battle is basically a exercise in frustration of RNG if you're trying to use a free-to-play team. So fair warning on that one. I did do it. So level 40 is done. You can see at the bottom here. And I will show the video of the fight itself after I kind of set it up for you. I don't think I'll commentate over this one, but I think you'll be able to understand the strategy just by watching it and by what I explained to you. So the big thing you need to understand about Trumpeter is you need to have spiritual ailments on the enemies. And so the best way to do that's going to be with a persona if you're going free to play. And if you do have the likes of, say, Queen, this is a much easier fight because you can just use her AoE attack and pair her with On and a healer, and you're good to go. If it was Minami, On, and Queen, this fight would have been incredibly simple. So that's a good team for level 40 if you want. All right, let's start with the battle effects. So the bottom row, I've picked all of it here. The thing for this is I want to be able to get through it fast. And so up here, what I did not select are the pieces for increasing foes attack. They do enough damage. I don't want the HP increased. I did a lot of swapping around, and I did end up having to do a little bit of a decrease on the party. I was dying too much, and so I wanted to take this defense up. It used to be on number 2. A little bit less healing. I still have enough healing. And the shielding, I ended up running this one all the way down and actually using Okean. And then you can see 2-2, so I got rid of my supporters, kept my debilitators because I want to use Scotty. And I'm using an On team. Oh my god. So, oh, this is fantastic. So I've been beating my head against the wall here. I actually beat it with the fire damage decrease by 80% enabled. I meant to click the other one. So this is easier if you don't do the dumb thing that I did, which was certainly a handicap on my side. Highlight slower, and then I'm not going to do the turn stuff. I actually wonder how fast I could beat this if I were to switch that over. But in any case, let me... So yeah, you want to do this though. Don't disable your fire like I did, like a moron. Okay, let's talk about teams here. So Okean, Puppet helped a little bit, but I needed more juice to get through it. I've got Key, so I'm running my fire team. And for him, on his cards, this is what I'm running here. You can see that I don't even have that one leveled up, but I got awareness and control, and this is just, for fire effects. It goes well with On. I'm using Cattle. He is all purple cards at the moment. They're the best ones I have for his effects, but he is running a healing set. He and Key are not level 80, so they're both level 70 weapons. On is level 80. Now, I have been fortunate with On duplicates, but I still think you could do this without them, especially if you don't turn off the wrong effect like I did. And so here we go. Her cards, you can see a mix of purples and yellows and, all max leveled. And then for Wonder, what I'm doing for his personas, so I had the defense thing on. I have Belial, but this is actually mostly because I wanted his effect at the beginning, and then if I had a window, I would use him. But increase ailment accuracy, whatever, foes take continuous damage, and then he has Auto Matsaru on already, and I didn't have to inherit that, so I'm just putting him in my first slot to get a little bit of extra juice at the beginning. I have Scotty. This is the big one. So I got Makajaman. This is the AoE Forget. And this one here you get from, I think, Mothman, which is a level 2, if I'm not mistaken. And then I've given Forget Boost. I'm not using Dizzy. And then I had some extra coins left over. I got HP Boost 2 and Protect Boost 1, but I ran out of coins to pick up other things. I would have loved an HP Boost 3 or 4 or a higher Protect Boost. I'm pretty much living in this persona, and so this would just be a really wonderful way to help myself out. And then I never actually get to use Norn. This would be like if I needed the extra shield, but realistically, I'm just sitting on Scotty the whole time. So this is the team setup. Matter of fact, and I may have to edit this out, since I switched the effect to not hurt my fire damage, I actually want to try to run this again. And I'll talk through it. And worst case, I edit this out. So here we're going to start off. We're going to look for someone with Ring of Fire, or with Fire, so I can do Ring of Fire, because I want this to be AoE. And then for Cattle, I actually want to guard. SP management could be a problem, and he doesn't need to do anything just yet. And you may end up resetting quite a bit here. That was a good one. I got 3 off. If I get any less than 2, then I reset. And then on to just our typical 1-3-3 rotation for the most part. Oh my god, there's so much more damage when I turn the right thing on. I can't believe I beat my head against the wall. And I had her damage nerfed to hell. Okay, so we'll keep going through. One of the things about this fight is sometimes they just focused on one unit and you're just screwed. Like, that's part of the RNG of this, as is the forget landing or not landing. And I've had runs where I got to just about the last hit and they're like, hey, let's just go ahead and focus down your healer or, you know, somebody that you need. Oops, almost picked the wrong thing there. Someone that you need, and then I'd lose the fight. Or it's like 2 turns in, it's like, we're all going to pick on cattle. And it's like, okay, I can't recover from that. So that does happen, and you just have to accept it. It sucks. My highlights, I'm primarily going to save for cattle, just for extra healing. Nice, everyone's forgot, but you see some misses, and forget's a 2-turn debuff. And so you want to just keep using it regardless, because you don't know how many times in a row you're going to miss. And one of the worst things is when one of these guys nerfs your max HP. And if you get that going on you too much, you're just never going to recover. And Trumpeter does more damage based on how much these guys are hurting you. And so you end up in a situation where you really just want forget up as much as possible. And I do it at the expense of using basically anything else on a persona. And I'm taking a lot of damage this round, unfortunately. So I'm not getting the guard with him. Every once in a while you're going to have to guard with cattle unless you transition the fight at the right time. Because you'll just be low on... what's it called? SP. Okay, there we go. Oh my god, it's so much more damage when you actually pick the right modifier. I did that last time too with Asura. I keep like unintentionally nerfing myself. Oh my god, he might actually kill me here. Yep. So this is what happens. So I'll go ahead and just cut in the fight with what's actually ironically the harder version of what I did, because again I had the wrong fire thing selected, and I will just show you the actual run. I did record it in advance, and because I was resetting so much I just didn't commentate over it, but you kind of see the setup. So with Key, you just want to make sure burn is always on. You want to make sure to have that rose thing when you can. I always forget the name of it. For on, it's just 1-3-3, unless they're just about to be dead, and then you can just drop the 3 again. The skill 1 gives you like an attack boost. Cattle is almost exclusively going to be doing the AoE heal. I would not necessarily use his burn move that often because you need to conserve SP. And if you can get around where you can use his highlight to fill you up and then guard, you can get SP back that way. It's very handy. And then, like I said, for Wonder, you're basically just sitting there to do forget. So that's the overall strategy, and you saw what I put on my characters. So I'll cut over to the fight that I didn't lose, but hey, you can see that I lose too. And yeah, enjoy it. Have fun. Take care. And I'll see you on our next video or live stream.
Persona. これでどうだ。踊れカルメン。ガチだかんね。ペルソナ。ガキに追い詰められるとは。 ないかね。
ちょっと死刑を見た者は滅するんです。お迎えが近いってくれ。ペルソナデュオ
ステータスが
舞うぞ
ゾブロン。
来るのだ。
ありがとうね。
ペルソナこれでどうだ。
踊れカルメン。大技決めちゃう。嫌いだよ。許さないかね。あいた。
主に代わって
いいんですけど。
俺が呼んだぞ。死刑ペルソナデュオ。お迎えが近いってな。
羽ばたけローブロイ。
来るのだ。
ペルソナ
ありがとうございます。
ペルソナ受けてみろ。
ハイライトいけるよ。ローブロイ。己の責務を果たせ。決めるよカルメン。ペルソナめっちゃ効いてる。
ガキに追い詰められると
許さないかね。
行きますよ。死刑を見た者は滅するんです。ペルソナデュオ
羽ばたけローブロイ。
来るのだ。
ありがとうね。準備できたんよ。ノリノリでいっちゃおう。ぶち上げたいな。
ガキに追い詰められるとペルソナこの技じゃない。ペルソナ受けてみろ。
決めるよカルメン。大技決めちゃう。ちょめぎ嫌いだよ。その調子でゴーゴー。
行きますよ。来るんだ死刑ペルソナデュオ。ペルソナこれでどうだ。
決めるよカルメン。ガチだかんね。ペルソナ
聞くだろ聞くだろ主に代わって俺が呼んだぞ。ペルソナデュオ
めっちゃ効いてる。
舞うぞロブロイ。来るのだ。
ありがとうね。
ペルソナいただいていく。
決めるよカルメン。大技決めちゃう。嫌いだよ。
聞くだろ
この程度。
許さないかね。
死刑を見た者は滅するんです。ペルソナデュオ
舞うぞロブロイ。来るのだ。
ペルソナ
ありがとうございます。
ハイライトいけるよ。ローブロイ。己の責務を果たせ。
ペルソナこれでどうだ。
踊れカルメン。ペルソナめっちゃ効いてる。
ガキに追い詰められると聞くだろ言って主に代わって
準備できたんよ。ノリノリでいっちゃおう。
するんです。ペルソナデュオ。
羽ばたけローブロイ。来るのだ。ペルソナ。
ありがとうございます。
ペルソナ、これでどうだ。
決めるよカルメン。大技決めちゃう。暗いのよ。
ガキに追い詰められると
この程度。この程度。
死にか
足が追い込まれている。
死刑を見た者は滅するんです。ペルソナデュオ。ガキに追い詰められるとは。
禁止の子がいるよ。羽ばたけローブロイ。来るのだ。ありがとうね。
ペルソナ、これでどうだ。
カルメンガチだかんね。ペルソナ。
聞くだろ。ガキに追い詰められる
足が追い込まれている。わしとこのままじゃ待てやだめ。治療しないと。
死刑を見た者は滅するんです。ペルソナデュオ。
チョベリグその調子でゴーゴー。
ペルソナノルレディアル、受けてみろ。
決めるよカルメン。大技決めちゃう。やったフライだよ。